Is it going to be loud enough? Or?
Yeah, that I don't know
Well, he's an old soul, so much to teach. So gather round, children, listen to the man preach. And if you got a sorrow or a tale of woe, his whiskey-fueled wisdom make the tears stop to flow. He's got those life lessons. Ooh, he's got those life lessons. He's got those life
But do I have to know
lessons.
the lesson, or do I just need to know the story?
Well,
Or you
wait,
pull the lesson
we
out
can
of it?
extract the lesson. We'll extract the lesson.
So yeah, we're leading up to August 30th. The theme is school stories, stuff we learned at school. I think Keith and I are going to tell stories about being bullied. So
Which there are many.
right, ample opportunity for that. So yeah, we were just wondering if you had a story about school, I mean, in that theme.
Yeah, definitely. And it's good timing too, because I just came back from teaching on a trip.
Oh,
I teach
right.
high school now, and so now I kind of see my role in things. It made me reflect on a time. March break was coming up, and a teacher assigned us to read the book Kamaraska.
Okay. I don't know that book.
She chose it because there's no Coles notes about it, so you had to read it. Yeah, that was the trick.
Okay.
So we had to read the book and answer about 40 questions in a group. And my friend, we teamed up, we split up the questions, and then when we came back from March break, I'd barely read the book. I just did my 10 questions. It was poorly done, but it was done. And when we came back, very few students had done it. My friend hadn't done it.
What was the book about?
I don't know. It's someone's stream of consciousness. There might be a murder involved. I don't know. No spoilers there. I don't even remember what Kamaraska's about. Yeah. Yeah, I
So
don't
your friend
know.
doesn't do the question, so you're kind of screwed, left with half of your assignment unfulfilled.
What I remember is the tension between friends. I was an A student. I always did very well, and she failed us on the assignment. I think she was upset that no one really completed it, and that was new for me. School came very easy to me. I'm a wordy person, and that was tough. And the tension between my friend and I, it felt awful. And I just came back having taught on a program, and I gave them, there were 3 things due at once, and these friends were trying to coordinate to make a film together, and one friend bailed on the other because he had this other work to do.
This was the thing you just taught at this.
Yeah, I just came back from this, and they were so upset at each other. They didn't know how to handle it. And I just remember thinking, like, school did this to you. This isn't real life. This is these kind of artificial projects to complete on a deadline, and like school introduce this into your life.
Wow.
Yeah, it's neat. I always thought school was great for bringing people together, force you to collaborate.
Yeah.
But also with deadlines and, having to read this boring book over March break. I think that was a bad call by the teacher to kind of introduce it there.
But nobody wants to do anything over March break except for hang out with your friends and do school.
Yeah. It's the last thing on your mind.
Yeah.
So then to come back and be like, we're not friends, or there's this tension because of this school project, it's kind of an awful thing. It doesn't I don't even remember, like you said, what Kamaraska's about.
Do you think, maybe it was a ploy for the teacher to make you not friends? Maybe this person was a friend of yours
Oh, yeah.
that wasn't so good in school. She saw you hanging out with this person, and if you continue down that road of being this person's friend, she saw 10 years from now you're smoking crack in an alleyway.
Yeah.
So they got to separate them,
Yeah.
making you this other person.
Actually, they're very successful now. Maybe I was the crack smoker, and they were keeping him away from me.
Yeah, because they're like a life art, isn't?
Yeah, I'm doing terribly. Yeah, all I do is force students to hate each other. I didn't learn anything.
And so the lesson that you learned from this experience?
Well, actually, what I took away from it, I was upset for a long time, and I don't know, I just was really lucky to end up with a perspective of really disliking school for doing that to me.
Yeah.
Really, I have a real kind of stubbornness to my personality, and I didn't like that it was like peer pressure, but now it was like institutional pressure to feel anger toward my friend, and I just kind of did a 360 on it. No, 180. I did a 360 and I was like, I feel the same. Then another 180 on top. And at that point, I stopped looking at grades.
Yeah.
I always did well. I never really worried, but I didn't check another grade for the rest of high school and then in university.
Oh, wow.
I never knew what my grades were. But again, I always tended to do well. I did the work, so I wasn't really worried. But
and,
yeah.
And how does it influence your teaching? Like the situation that's coming up,
How did you deal with those kids? Did you help them?
Well, the nice thing about being a teacher is you can deliver monologues and they have to listen. So I don't know if
Did you tell them the story?
Yeah. Do you wanna accompany this with guitar?
Sure.
Okay. So I got the whole group together. This is exactly what I did. I got the whole group together. Listen, guys. I know that a lot of things are due, but you got to remember that this is just school. Okay, this is an artificial situation that you're finding yourself in, and it's going to test your relationship. But at the end of the day, your relationships are so much more important than school. So use this opportunity to make things together. Embrace the stress because you want to do well. But when you feel it pulling you apart, remind yourself that this is just school. And you gotta be bigger than school. Because life is bigger than school.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's like your Robin Williams Dead Post Society
That's
moment.
exactly it. I channel all that. I was actually thinking that Al Pacino Any Given Sunday speech.
Football.
Yeah. I make them all wear football equipment for it, and then we all have like "Row, row, row" at the end. Yeah.
I was just hoping it was at the end they were just like
Yeah.
slow clap.
Yeah. You hope that. Usually at the end they're like, "You still bailed on me." No, they were good friends, so they could see it. You hope for that maturity, I guess, that you can see what's wedging you and your friends apart, and that you be above the game.
That's great.
That's a great story.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys.
All right.
Hey, August 30th?
Life lessons. He's got those life lessons. He's got those life lessons. Keith Waterfield, life lessons. Ooh, Keith Waterfield.